Thanks for starting off your Tuesday with us at 6 a.m. here. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Netta Irampur, and hopefully your morning's off to a nice start. Let's start off with your forecast here. Meteorologist Evan Irani showing us that the clouds are kind of, denser than yesterday?
Yeah, it looks like they're not only lower down to the ground, but also giving us a little bit more mist and drizzle.
Notice that. Yeah.
Might even help to keep our temperatures more cool for this afternoon. You were talking about how hard it was to see the sun yesterday out by the coast. Today may be another one of those days with cloudy skies out by the water. 73 is what we're going for this afternoon out toward our inland valleys. 75 toward the mountains and 100 degrees out across our deserts. That might seem hot, but hey, it is cooler than what we made it to yesterday. Got all the way up to 109 yesterday afternoon. Trouble spots with fog right now. Ramona is one that we're looking at. They're at 1 mile of visibility. Fallbrook's at 4 along with Miramar. And it looks like down toward Brownfield, we've got about 5 miles of visibility. So it's improved a lot over the last hour or so. Here's that live look outside. Coming up, we're going to be talking more about what to expect throughout the rest of the week. Ned and Eric, back to you.
What a look that is. Thank you very much, Evan. And now on to our top story that we're following this morning. Jury selection set to continue this morning in the high-profile murder trial of Larry Millete. He's the Chula Vista man accused of killing his wife, Maya.
Maya disappeared more than 5 years ago. News 8's Tori Apodaca live outside the South Bay Courthouse, where the trial will resume here in just a couple of hours, Tori.
That's right. Good morning. There were 180 jurors, potential jurors, who were out here on Monday with a variety of ethnicities, ages, occupations. But the big question for each of them is, what do you already know about this case? That, of course, is going to be the big challenge, as this is such a high-profile case. There are no cameras allowed inside the courtroom, but Larry Millete, he was present during day one of jury selection. He's accused of killing his wife, Maya Millete, back in 2021. She disappeared from her Chula Vista home, and her body has still never been found. There are some different questions that we've been hearing, both prosecution and defense asking those potential jurors. Have you already formed an opinion about whether Millete is guilty or innocent? What is your view on law enforcement? What is your personal experience with the criminal justice system? Have you had family members arrested, charged, or convicted of crimes? We spoke with a legal expert about how prosecution and defense are both looking for very different types of jurors.
Critical to pick a jury that can be fair, that can follow the law, that can keep an open mind until the end. X amount of people are there in the jury pool, and then you get to remove the people you do not like each side, and who your remains are people that you're both kind of satisfied with.
And each day we're going to see that number of jurors getting dwindled down until they select just 12 jurors and 6 alternatives. It could take, though, up to 2 weeks, with the trial expected to last around 3 months. We, of course, will be tracking all of this on News 8. Reporting in Chula Vista, Tori Apodaca, News 8.
And this just in here, consumer prices jumped in April. That's according to new inflation numbers from the Department of Labor. Annual inflation jumped by 3.8%, much higher than March's annual inflation. The Federal Reserve's target is 2%. Month to month, the consumer price index increased by 0.6%. In less than 2 hours, a beloved San Diego restaurant will reopen at a new location.
Oh, people are excited for this. Las Cuatro Milpas first opened back in 1933. Think about that. News 8's Chris Grow live outside the new location now. It's just a few blocks from the original spot in Barrio Logan. Chris, I can't believe it. People showed up so early.
They did, yeah. 3:48 a.m. That's when the first gentleman here that we spoke to just about half hour ago told us that they got out here. You can see that everybody is getting ready to go. Again, doors don't open till 8 a.m. And look, we were pretty shocked to see that they were here before us. That's not normally the case. Also shocked was my man Greg over here. Greg, you showed up just a little bit after 5:30. You thought you were going to be the first in line. Doors don't open until 8. Is it kind of cool, though, to see the support here for Las Cuatro Milpas?
Oh, yeah. You never know how early someone's going to get here.
Yeah. Now, for you, you've been going to the old location, I assume. What's it like to be back here at the new location? Have you missed the food?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then what is your go-to order, like when you are here? Are you doing anything different today or kind of sticking to the usual?
I've eaten everything here,
Okay.
so, I mean, tacos and beans and rice.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah, and again, it's just about love, support for the business and the community.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah. That's awesome. And again, Greg, and there are others now that are starting to line up as we're getting some of that sunshine. And I think for them, they're also saying, hey, wow, we didn't expect for so many people to be here. But for the business, again, they're just so happy to be able to serve their customers, serve their community, and they're really looking forward to it. Take a listen to our conversation with them just yesterday.
We feel so happy. We're just really grateful with the community. Everybody's coming together and got all this positive energy and blessings that people are just happy and want us back. And that always touches our heart.
And, yeah, guys, so right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in line. And we've got some people over here who are kind of, I think they're just sort of like, hey, we want to get in line, but we don't like to see those live TV cameras in our face, so we'll just wave to them, guys. Thank you so much for joining us out here early in the morning. We're going to talk to you guys in just a little bit about coming out here to support Las Cuatro Milpas. But again, Robert and Daniel, the OGs, 3:48 a.m. have been going to this business, this restaurant for decades, supporting the business. And of course, they're back here at this new location.
Yeah, and they feel like family there. They
Right.
really do.
And the fact that he's like, I just love them. I want to be here and support them first in line. That means
awesome.
a lot. Yeah. Thank you, Chris, for that.
That line growing, by the way. Thanks, Chris.
Just wait for the camera lights to turn off.
That's right.
They'll get in there.
Then I'll have some new folks to interview there. This morning we are learning the Ocean Beach Street Fair and Chili Cook-Off might be impacted by proposed city funding cuts. San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria's proposed budget effectively eliminates nearly all arts and culture grants, which parades, festivals, and streets fairs rely on. The executive director for the Ocean Beach Main Street Association says the money they receive from the city is a smaller portion of their budget, but she says it's still going to be felt when getting started next year.
Kind of a crucial thing for people who put on special events is to have at least some money left at the end of the current year so that you can put it towards starting the event whenever you start it. And we start the street fair in January. So we would build from there. And having our budget cut means we probably won't make any money on the street fair this year because it's sort of last minute.
For now, the OB Street Fair is not in jeopardy, at least not this year or next. We reached out to the city and mayor's office for comment. We are still waiting to hear back.
Today, La Mesa leaders will take another vote on a plan to ban kids under 12 from riding certain e-bikes. Supporters of an age limit say it's a safety issue, pointing to a sharp rise in e-bike injuries among children across San Diego County. But Councilmember Laura Lothian, who originally backed the ordinance, now says she has changed her position after hearing from families who use their e-bikes to get around town.
Families who moved here so that they could travel to the village and have breakfast, go to the farmer's market, and they're with their 9 and 10-year-olds on these little e-bikes.
If approved, the pilot program starts with 60 days of warnings before fines of $25 then kick in.
All right, taking a look outside here. We got some clouds that are out and about, making for some beautiful pictures. Yeah, where are we flying right here?
Everywhere that we're looking outside this morning is just incredible. This is a live look that we have outside from Otay Mountain facing south. You can see how dense those clouds are to kick off the morning all the way up to the western slopes of the mountains. We have another live look, this from Lions Peak, facing north, right side of the screen there, showing that sunrise view, and also making clear that those clouds are hanging on this morning, not only along the coast, not only inland, but all the way out to our eastern valleys and even the mountains. Satellite radar agreeing with that idea. Not only is it a layer of clouds, but if you're out by the coast or inland, you might notice mist or drizzle coming down. So windshield wipers might help you out to kick off the morning. Not going to be too necessary closer to about mid-morning. That's when those clouds will start to pull back. But the issue that we've ran into for the last couple days and that we will continue to see is that those clouds are hanging on along the water closer to the afternoon hours. So we typically see clearing, and we did yesterday out toward our inland valleys, but the coastline might struggle a bit. Escondido is one spot where wind speeds and wind gusts are going to be climbing by the afternoon. We have a stronger push of onshore flow, those arrows pointing from the west toward the east, and we'll be looking at wind gusts up to about 17 miles per hour into the afternoon. wind speeds, so those sustained speeds right around 10 miles per hour. This is going to be a little bit more intense out toward the mountains and deserts, the deserts in particular from late tonight into tomorrow. So a little bit of a breezy stretch for us. 77 this afternoon in Santee and El Cajon, 68 in Chula Vista, 69 in Coronado, downtown San Diego, and National City. Looking up toward North County, Encinitas is going for a high of 66, Solana Beach 68, 73 in San Marcos, and 75 in Escondido. It's the mountains and deserts where things are really starting to cool down. Remember, yesterday we made it to 109 out in Borrego Springs. Today only going for 96, maybe 100 degrees. At least that's the current forecast for Ocotillo Wells. Let's take a look at traffic. 6:11 on the clock right now. So far things are pretty quiet out there. We've got a little bit of a breeze starting to pick up. You can see the palm fronds moving around just a little bit. Speeds on the northbound 5 just south of 6th Avenue looking pretty smooth. We've got the overcast skies though, so keep in mind that not only is it cloud cover, but even some fog up toward the Escondido, Ramona area. One crash that we can take you to this morning, it is way far south. We've got it on Otay Mesa Road, an accident blocking the right shoulder on Otay Mesa Road eastbound, right before Enrico Fermi Drive. Aside from that, there's not a lot of trouble to kick off our Tuesday morning commute here. CBS8.com/traffic can help walk you through what to expect this morning.